made a microbit version of a popular word guessing game, and I'm going to talk you through how it works. But before I do that, I'm going to show you how to play it. All you need is a microbit, and you need one of the Python editors. I'm showing you the alpha version of the new microbit Python editor here, but you could equally use the current main microbit Python editor as well. Anything that's got a serial console, because we're going to use the keyboard on our computers to type in our guesses, and we're going to get results coming off the microbit that we're going to print on the screen. So also you'll see in the corner of the screen as well, I've got a camera trained on a microbit because we're going to show how good our guesses were on the microbit display as well. It's a little bit harder than perhaps the version you might know, because we only get 5 guesses rather than 6, which you might be used to. So I'm going to connect my microbit, and it says I've got a new game, and I'm going to put in my normal word that I normally guess. Right, okay, interesting. So you can see some things have lit up on the LED display. A bright LED means that is the right letter in the right place, and a dim LED, like in the middle here, shows you that you've got the correct letter in the wrong place. And if you look at the serial console on the actual editor screen here, you can see it's got --A -T. Now the T is a capital T, that means it's in the right place, and the A is in lowercase, which means it's the right letter in the wrong place. So I've got to think of another word that might have those combinations of letters. So it needs to be a 5-letter word ending in T, and with an A in it. I'm just going to put a completely different word in, just so you can see what happens when I get 2 letters there in the wrong place. So A and O are correct. So interesting. So I know O is another one of my letters now. I have used up 3 of my guesses now, so I sort of need to get a move on, really. Let's have a look. So it is, yeah, so I've used up 2 of my guesses. It's guess 3 now. Where are the words? Well, if you did want to cheat, what I've done is I've put the words in a separate Python file here. So if you go to the files section in the editor, I've put my words in a separate file just to make it a little bit harder to cheat. So the words aren't actually in my Python program. They're imported. So I'm importing from words, import word list, and words is the Python file that's got my word list in it. Here is my word list. We can probably have a guess at what my word might have been. We know it ends in T, we know it's got an A and an O in it, so we could be really sneaky now, and I can put in, I think it might be aloft. So let's try that now. Congratulations, it's given me my score 3 out of 5, and you can see that the third row on the microbit there all lit up brightly to say that I had got every character in the right place. Let's just hide the serial console and we'll have a quick look at how it works. I've got some imports at the beginning. I'm using randomness to pick a random word, so we need to import random. Import music just because I added some sound, and of course I need to import from words my word list, which is my extra separate file that has got the word list in it. You could obviously make this list much longer if you wanted. I've got a function that sets up a new word. We'll look at that in a moment when we come to it. Oh, look, we've come to it now. We've just called it. So it prints new game to the serial console, clears the microbit display. It uses 2 global variables, word, which is the word that's been picked, and turn, which is which turn you're on, how many goes you've had, basically. And it picks the word as a random choice from that array, from that word list, and it sets my turn to 0 because at the beginning of the game I have not taken any turns. Now, the main business of the program is in this while true loop, but it's not too long. This is a fairly creditable version of the popular online word guessing game. It tells me which turn I'm on in the serial console. If I've used more than 4 turns, remembering I counting from 0, I must have had 5 turns have gone and I've lost. So it tells me what the word was, and it plays some sad music and sets up a new word. Otherwise, it asks me what my guess is. It does a quick bit of checking to see how long my word is. If it's not 5 characters long, it rejects it as not being a 5-letter word. It doesn't do any other checking. It doesn't check to see if it's a valid word. It will take any 5 letters or characters that you type in. It then builds up a string, which is this kind of the string called progress is what it displays. So the dashes and the capital letters and lowercase letters is built up in this string called progress. We have a little for loop goes from 0 to 4, and it slices the string, your guess string, looks at it 1 character at a time. If that character is in the word, then it will do some things with the display. So it will set the relevant pixel to be bright if it's in the right place. And it will also set the letter at the right place in the string that gets displayed to be your guess at that point, but in uppercase. Otherwise, it's still in the word, but it's not in the right place. So in that case, we're going to turn the relevant pixel to be fairly dim. We'll set that to brightness to be 4 rather than to 9. And we'll add it to the string, but we add it in lowercase. And if it's not in the word, it means you've got the wrong letter in the wrong place, and it just adds a dash to the string. We then print that progress string, add 1 to the term, and then there's just a simple if statement to see if you've actually guessed the word correctly. You've got everything correct. So if your guess actually exactly matches the word, it says congratulations and plays a happy tune and gives you a new word as well and tells you what your score is. So there we go. It's a really, really simple example. It might give you some opportunities for teaching about functions and about the scope of variables. We have to use global variables here in this function. That might be an interesting learning point. It's a really interesting way of getting into some string slicing and picking apart a very popular and well-known game and seeing basically it can be pretty simple to code, I think. And it's a good opportunity as well to experiment with the new Alpha Python editor with its serial console that lets you work on a program and look at your code at the same time as getting responses from your microbit. It's an interesting way of also just learning regular Python using a microbit as well, because the microbit here, the kind of microbit, is your Python runtime. It's like a little Python machine that you're plugging into your computer. And if you do have a look at the Alpha editor, make sure you explore the Explore section as well, which has got lots and lots of different code examples. We've got snippets of code. We've got things that explain how to do different things in Python. Also how to use features of the microbit. Like if you want to use some radio in your program, you've got snippets of code here as well that you can just drag and drop at different points in your program. So there's lots to explore there to discover more about Python and more about the microbit.